Greetings and welcome once again, you magnificent, beautiful listeners. For you, by the time I release these episodes, it'll be so back to back. It won't be like as for the players. It's been almost a month. It's been about 3 weeks since our last recording, and it will be fun to get right back into it. But remember, going forward into this series, it comes with a parental guidance warning. This series does have moments. Well, of course, to start out, there will be cursing. So words like shit, fuck, and goddamn motherfucker are to offend you. Please get the fuck out. And of course, there'll be moments of intense violence and gore, and there could be other moments of like mind shenanigery and other things. But do know we do have respect for certain things, and I would like to go ahead and say this now in case there are some of my more smarter listeners and viewers. Yes, I am going down the route of exploring dissociative identity disorder and how that can affect certain minds and such. No, this will never be a make fun time of making a mockery of it. This is because I understand that it's a serious condition and it will never be made fun of and made a mockery of. So we just want to go down the route to explain that, yes, there are certain characters that suffer from dissociative identity disorder. With that long moment, we all do know what comes with that. This is our favorite time at our favorite fleshy amusement park, utilizing the Cypher System edition of the Mystery Meat Pit TTRPG system. Now, take a deep breath. Last time we had many things happen. Backstory for Bethany, multiple deaths of background NPCs, and characters getting lost in the woods. It was so sweet. And then they found some bears. Not going to go into it because, good lord, I'd lose my voice going fully recapping that. Now, let me see. Because I would like to give certain players a little bit more time before I... Yeah, I didn't need to see that. Why did I click on that? Thank you, Maury, for... Why?
Yeah.
Dear listeners, you don't need to worry about that, but I'm still leaving it in. But anyway, so actually, Moonlight, I'm going to put the spotlight on you for a second. So...
Oh, you monster.
Now, when we last left off with you, I do believe, if I am remembering correctly, did Moonlight decide to go explore the subterranean city? And was she going by herself or with Riley?
She did go with Riley, and she is exploring. Because I remember Moonlight was at a dance party. I completely forget what happened afterwards.
Well, it's a little silly. It's silly of me just to have to say it like this, but the entire city is quite literally a dance party. Everywhere you go, you see just many different forms of dance. Like, it's not all just, break dancing and as such. Like, you see people doing dance battles with, well, best way to describe it would be interpretive dance. Like, okay, didn't really think that would be a dance. Okay, yeah. And you see others doing like literal ballet recitals against each other. It's all about their interpretation of how they express themselves. But
Moonlight is just thinking that she has never in her life saw military battles like this, and she has no idea what's going on.
Would you like to make an intellect roll?
Yes, I would.
Now, just as everybody else, I will go over this again just so to help with some of the mechanics to make for the dice rolls. Because you are now level 2 or tier 2, make sure to add your tier and your edge, which will be a +2 to your rolls. So just make sure to add that when you roll. Now, I'm not going to set a DC limit for this. I just want to see what is the number you get before I proceed with the information.
I have no idea what my character sheet is.
Hold on.
What the dice is showing is 10.
Okay, so you are a tier 2, and you have an edge of 2. Well, you have an edge of, technically, yeah, it's still an edge of 1, but you're tier 2, so you're going to add 2 to that, so that'll be a 12. So with that much information, I'm not going to say you didn't have... Actually, no, I need to actually ask what your personal experiences were when you went to like middle school and high school. Did Moonlight go to school dances? Did she go to prom? Before I proceed,
Moonlight never went to school. She was raised to be a weapon. Like, whole middle school, elementary, and high school years was just death camps.
thank you. That actually has a big effect on this answer. So, with that 12, yeah, in the deepest fathoms of your mind, you just keep trying to think about whatever. And the only thing that comes to your mind is mating rituals. And you're just like, no, because then that would lead to. Okay, and you're just looking around. You're like, okay, no, this isn't what that is. This isn't like a big giant courting ritual. Everyone doing that, so you don't see any orgies or anything like that. You still just can't fathom what the fuck is going on. So here's my question. Now, if you proceed north for about 2 to 3 blocks, you will come by a very peculiar looking town square. But then you could proceed east about 2 blocks because you see an interesting gathering, a massive crowd. Or you could proceed west for about 1.5 blocks because you smell some delicious food. The choice is yours. What would Moonlight like to do?
Well, Moonlight does love interesting crowds, but then again, she also loves food. She's gonna go get some food and then go back to the interesting crowd.
No. Hold on. This isn't so simple to where you can just go get the food. Because as you're going, you are following that nose, and then you see a building that, at the same time, it's been made with, is that quartzite material? It's still in the shape of a muffin. And you see a massive crowd surrounding this stone muffin building. They're just hovering all around this open window, and you see them just fighting over these bread, what looks like sandwiches in a cellophane clear wrapper. Now, if you're going to try to get there, I need you to roll.
Can I lick the building?
So I'm going to need you to roll still to try to fight through this crowd because there's just so many people.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, I got an 8. With the +2, I got a 10.
As you're going, you go forward, and then you go back, and then you just hear this, "Oh, you got served, motherfucker!" So clearly the crowd that was back to the east is dispersing now, but finally you get close enough, and yeah, you lick the building, and it tastes like salt. What do you want to do now, Moonlight? Do you want to try to proceed to that window? Because it looks like there's still just a few sandwiches left, but you're going to really need to fight your way there.
You know, I'm too stressed out. I need food. So she's going to fight for that sandwich.
All right, I'll take into consideration for that. And go ahead, roll me your might again. And remember to add that 2 to it.
I got an 11.
And did you add the 2?
Yes.
As you're getting to the window, there's one last sandwich. And just as you're putting your hand on one end, another big, massive hand puts it on the other end. You look up in front of you, and you just see, at first you're like, I've seen big guys. Oh my God, that is not a man, that is a woman. That is a big woman. And not big as in weight-wise. No. This is just Moonlight, she makes you look skinny and scrawny with your muscles. That's how big this woman is. And
hands
she
off
just
my
looks
sandwich.
Oh.
I said hands off my sandwich.
Oh, I know you are. Shopkeep, I think we got a challenge here. So how do you want to do this, little one? What, Moonlight, what are you doing?
I just jump up and I suck a punch on the jaw.
Moonlight, I'm not going to make you roll for this, but you're going to basically like fracture your hand.
I want the sandwich, god damn it.
She just looks at you in horror, and you're going to take some away from you. But then again, I'm going to be having everyone roll their recovery rolls here in a bit. But still, you're going to be taking a hefty amount from your roll. So, but she just looks at you in horror, just like, what are you doing? Why are you using your hands in such a manner? We don't do that here.
What do you mean? You said a challenge.
She points at the other people doing a dance battle against each other.
That's a challenge? Oh, I thought it was a weird dating ritual.
Just a big, massive vein bulging on her forehead. She's just, Huh. Just, huh. Okay then. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. All right. DJ, run that shit! And you just see this little dude coming running down the path, and I can't really describe this without unless I really. How well versed is Moonlight with technology, with specifically audio engineering technology?
I mean, she loves music. That's pretty much it.
Okay, then I'll say then you are well versed in different musical instruments. So you understand that this man's walking around with a literal like backpack strapped DJ equipment. He's got turntables, like a little mini computer strapped to his wrist, and he comes running up and goes, "Well, hey there, boo boo, make it play us a beat and make it funky." Now, I need you to do me a favor. Roll me a d20, Moonlight. Now, this isn't for any of your 3 specific pools because you're going to roll and I'm going to roll real quick.
Okay. Oh my god. I got a 6. The dice gods hate me today.
Moonlight, she rolled an 18. So, what happens as she takes the flow of this battle and just goes first because she sees your perplexed look in your eye? She runs up to you, and using your chest as a literal springboard, she runs up, does a backflip off of you into a perfect split, and then goes into what is best known as a flare, into a windmill, followed off with just a magnificent Nike swoosh pose. And now you got a crowd of at least 40 people around you just, oh shit!
You know what? Moonlight is feeling humiliated, and it pisses her off that she has no idea why. So I want a rematch. Wendell takes the sandwich.
Oh, she's looking at you and go, oh, this schooling has just begun, little one. Go ahead. It's like, here, I'll even be nice. Go ahead.
Moonlight's gonna copy all of the dance moves that she witnessed so far, but the way she does it is in a combat style, and she does it to match the beat of whatever song the DJ's playing.
Oh dear. Oh no. Moonlight, there's a record scratch, and everyone just goes, oh shit. And you just got some of them just biting their nails now. And this large female just turns and just looks at you and went, did you just steal my motherfucking moves?
I advance your motherfucking moves.
And that's just when, hold on. Oh my god. So
oh god, what happened?
Before continuing what happens, just Riley the entire time has just been like flabbergasted, just like watching just I'm so lost. And then as he's lost in a moment, just everything just starts bumping, just everyone just being lifted off the ground as Sugar Bear took this route to head towards what he needed to have done. And he was just going to keep walking until he saw the crowd and the Sugar Bear and his procession come over, and he just starts laughing his ass off. Just, I really like the spark in this one. And, I just had to come and get a piece of the pie. And that's when the very large female turns and goes, oh, here you are, sir. And she pulls over hands him a piece of strawberry pie. He goes, I'm talking about my money, bitch. Don't be cute. And he slaps the pie out of her hand, and he looks over at you, Moonlight, and he goes, now, but I do appreciate what you've done here. I am going to let you take that sandwich, but I can't be having you serving my daughter with the very moves that I taught her. It looks like I'm going to have to step in for this last part. And, Moonlight, the moves that this Sugar Bear does in front of you, I cannot even describe in the words. Your jaw just hits the floor. And
how can someone that rotund move so gracefully? She does not say this out loud. She's just thinking it, by the way.
And then it finally ends with him literally holding himself by his elbows with his back arched and then with his legs kicking off in different directions. And then he finally does a perfect handspring off the ground, and everyone lifts off the ground about a good 3 feet. And then he taps you on your shoulder and goes, that was some great exercise. Thank you, little one. And you'll be getting the feeling back in your legs from that serving, and enjoy the sandwich. You've earned it. Moonlight, just your might pool is completely drained. It's as if you're on death's door, but you have a. Do you want to eat the sandwich?
Oh, hell yeah. I walked my ass off for this sandwich.
So this is a curry chicken bread sandwich. What it is, it's a homemade fluffy bread dough that has been stuffed with a homemade curry chicken, and it's been baked. How does so? Essentially, it's just imagine like a savory Twinkie. Moonlight. How does Moonlight enjoy the sandwich?
Oh, she's in heaven. She's enjoying. She's taking her time with this sandwich.
Now the crowd is finally dispersing, and now, here's my question. Do you talk to the large female that she's just looking at you and she's like shaking her head? Or do you at least introduce yourself to her?
Oh, absolutely. I walk over to her with my infamous half grin. Say, hey, I'm Moonlight. Thank you for the fun battle.
And finally, when you look her over, you see she's wearing a really, granted, maybe on a smaller woman it would be thought of as a dress, but because of how large she is, it's like a mini skirt. It's a blue mini skirt. She's got a yellow scarf on her neck, and she introduces herself to you, and she says, the name's Cindy Bear. And yes, my father is essentially the proprietor of our entire species, and of course runs everything here. And you've met him. Yes, he is indeed Sugar Bear.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, you really get your dance moves from him, huh?
My father is honestly why we respect the dancing so much, and why I was confused about why you went to hitting me with your fist, because we solve everything with dancing.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's what, people like me tend to do. We solve things with violence.
Well, since the bread shop's getting ready to close, and she's turning to leave, and she goes, well, seeing as I've never had a chance to talk with a carbon mammal before, do you want to know why we do the dancing and everything?
Oh, absolutely. I love learning new things.
Do you like museums?
I love museums.
All right. So you're going to go with Cindy then to the National History Museum?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna grab Riley and throw him over my shoulder. Come on, let's just go to a museum.
Riley's just, oh boy, wait a minute. No, I don't want to learn it. No! And Riley's just,
I'm gonna slap him on the ass.
you know, you just keep doing that, and I'll go anywhere you want.
I'm gonna slap him again. To the museum!
Oh! Now, we still got a little bit before I will switch off. So, Moonlight, as you're going through the museum, because you weren't there with Dr. Smith to learn about this book, of course, how Maury did, you're going to learn about some interesting things. And Cindy, she pays for you guys not to have a guided tour. She wants to be able to take you on her own. And she takes you to, of course, the beginning, to the what they call the cave, the portion of the beginnings. And I can't. So Moonlight, how well versed is Moonlight in paleontology?
Oh, she loves paleontology. It was one of the reasons that she wanted a degree in biology to see how dinosaurs evolved since then and now, and how she wants to see how people are still evolving and changing. Sadly, she only got a bachelor's degree in biology.
Well, what you're seeing right now, actually, I'm going to need you to give me an intellect roll real quick. So roll a d20, and I got to roll against you real quick.
Everything hates me today. Okay, 5.
Moonlight, everything is just shattering with what you're looking at, because with that, Alkenfeld never really told you about the origins of mankind and all that. You've, of course, you've learned Darwinism and all of that, evolution and all that, but this is where you're seeing something encased in what is not, prehistoric amber. It's like a substance of amber, but combined with quartzite. And the entity inside this, it makes no sense to you. At one point, it looks like it's organic, but at the same time, like a plant. It looks like it can fly, but at the same time, the mass makes no sense. Like how it would be able to have like even get the wing and to have lift or anything, and then you see no mouth or anything. Nothing about this entity makes sense, and you
Is
just
this like a
see.
giant bee creature, alienoid?
Hold on, I can actually give you a picture. Hold on. Perfect. So this is what you are going to see encased in that substance. So hold on. Let me go up to our chat. That's what you see, Moonlight. And that's why you're...
Oh, God. Okay.
And this thing is blowing your fucking mind, and you just don't understand it. And you see text that says it all began with them. You see cave murals honoring these beings, and you see sketches of what species of just anything you've never seen before. So let me put it up my... I gotta go back. Okay, here we go. Of the ones that look like they're anthro-humanoid species, you see a bear, you see an axolotl, an ant. Well, you don't know it's an ant, you just see that, you see what looks like the ant king. You see the Sasquatch, you've encountered them, so you understand that's what Sasquatch. You see moth, porpoise, dolphin or orca, vampire bat, you wouldn't know it's a vampire bat, but I'm just saying for above board, sloth, and mantis shrimp. And then what doesn't look humanoid or bipedal, you have giant turtles, giant massive birds that are called atmosphere avians, this gargantuan thing that looks about to be dwarfing the largest mountain on this planet, it's a tiger, and then finally, dwarfing even that, it is a horse, but it has 8 legs. Now, these 13 are linked with, and of course you see the rock human as well, but then you also see them linked with what they draw, and it says silica and then carbon, and all these 3 were supposed to be linked in harmony. Continuing on, then you see this being, you see 2 beings, and one of them is done with half of it is male and the other half is female, and then you see the other one. His face, though, one side of it is smiling, and then the other side is a scowl. You see
Does this person resemble Riley in any way?
Yes.
I'm gonna pick Riley up on my shoulder. I'm gonna hold him against the picture. It's like, you two look awfully familiar.
He's just, he's just like, oh man, these are really nice case paintings. Does Moonlight continue looking
Riley.
on? These are really, these are really old. I can't remember. I don't remember all my memories yet.
Wait, all of your memories?
The best way to describe it, honey, it's like a door I can't go through, but it's really scary and I don't want to. All I know is whatever's locked behind that, I'm not supposed to go through.
Huh? Why didn't you say anything? I won't bug you about this anymore.
I didn't want to scare you.
I mean, you're dating me, so I can be more scarier than me.
Does Moonlight continue with the mural?
Oh, hell yeah.
You see the one that had a scowl smile going away from everyone as they are all dancing and celebrating. You see him going until finally he's at a tree at the highest point in the world. You see a woman come from this tree, and then the mural is horrendously cut and scratched. You can't make out what happens. Then all you see is the one that had the half scowl and smile writhing on the ground. And then when he looks up, he has 2 antlers coming out of his forehead, but they're not like, your typical normal deer antlers. They look more like massive branches coming out of his forehead. But now instead of a half smile and a scowl, he's got the most horrendous smile on his face, but all of his teeth just look like they would belong to a shark. And you see this being now running in between each of the species, going to the one that is half male, half female, and you can tell that he's telling lies, making tricks, till finally you see the worst event. The one that is half male takes over the body, leads the humans, and then the one that has the antlers goes and finds the 13 adamantites and tell them, I can prevent the tragedy that's going to happen, but it's going to require a sacrifice. And you see 1/3 of each of their species was killed, sacrificed. And you just see the one with the antlers just laughing, smiling away, and goes back to the tree. And that's when the mural ends because the rest has a crack and it's been destroyed. You see one word, though. You see the name Loki.
Moonlight is horrified and very sad by the mural. She ends up dropping Riley without realizing it.
Ah! And, all right, Riley doesn't fall head first. He actually does a graceful landing. He sticks to landing. Cindy comes and goes, yes, this is how everything began. Those that came from far away brought life into everything and created the three. And of course, the siblings that were supposed to lead us to always be together for when the great shattering could happen.
Except one thing happened that caused the siblings to not do that.
Exactly. The only thing that Dad can tell me was he says it just, thankfully, he's never seen it ever again, was the word ogre.
Ogle.
Yes. I asked Dad repeatedly, what does he mean when he says that? And he wouldn't answer me. But let me show you what happened after this tragedy. Do you follow Cindy, Moonlight?
Yes, I do. But Moonlight's going to look back at the picture, at the half man, half woman, and she's just going to think to herself, was the woman forced to go away, or did she need to go away for her own safety? But yeah, I follow Cindy.
That's a beautiful question, Moonlight, and you might be able to get that in the futures. Now, the last thing we will do as we go to Silas and go to Sticky Joe is she shows you that Sugar Bear had become disgusted by violence. He never wanted his people to ever have to experience the feeling of loss and bloodshed ever again. So he forbade anything to ever happen to like a fist fight, anything. And he wanted to, and so of course people were like, well, how are we ever going to be able to, deal with moments of aggression against each other or arguments? And that's when Sugar Bear was like, you can deal with it anyway. You don't need to hit each other. You can do things like this. And that's when he just started doing weird movements that he called dancing. And that's ever since then, that's why they settle everything with dance battles, is because Sugar Bear never wanted anyone to ever experience loss ever again.
I like that. I am sorry I punched you. I really am. That's just the type of environment I've always grown up with. I've always been around that. Up until, I guess my college years and meeting Riley, I've never really known anything else.
Have you ever had a girl's day?
What's a girl's day?
Young man, your name is Riley, correct? Yes, I'm going to be borrowing your spouse here. Sure thing. I already know what's going to be happening here, and I ain't going to fight it because I already know you don't come between a girl's day. Have fun, honey. Bye.
Wait, what? Riley, what's happening?
Cindy picks you up and just carries you away.
Woo! So this is what this feels like.
And as we leave this sweet moment, I am going to rewind the clock back because we are joined back with a player that wasn't with us for the last session, and Sticky Joe. Now, we're going back to before the cave, before going through the woods. When last I left off, if you remember, you were on the highway with everyone, but as everyone was getting situated, being introduced to Dr. Smith, the haze around you started to melt, literally the scenery, everything, and it was revealed you are in a vast redwood forest. But as everyone is talking, you're not hearing as Nathaniel shows up with Biscuit. You don't hear the discussion with Scruffy about this individual he knows that always has the right thing for that he always needs at a right time. You don't hear any of this because Sticky Joe, roll me a d20 real quick, please. Oh, Sticky Joe, if you're speaking, your mic is not coming through. No, we've lost him. Sad thing is, I only rolled a 5. Okay, All right, excellent. You rolled a 14. So, dear listeners, I was just told in the chat that Sticky Joe rolled a 14. I was rolling a 5 to see if you would not be able to receive this, but you do. Granted, I don't know. Oh, do you have to leave the computer first? Because I don't want to continue if you don't hear this, though. All right. Okay. No, listeners, we're just having some little technical difficulties. Do not worry.
It'd be an episode if we didn't have tech issues.
Hey, it's exactly. It comes with the territory of tabletop games, and if you remember, dear listeners, as I say, this actually gives me a nice little chance to stand up for a second and stretch my legs because, as we remember, I said I was recovering from my back surgery. So, but thankfully, I got a little more room in my office now, so it makes easier standing for you all, and I can still talk. Hooray!
The final boss of every tabletop is scheduling, and its mini boss is technical issues.
Very true, very true. Now, Sticky Joe, so going off that 5 real quick, just, we can all blame Sticky Joe for these shenanigans if... Oh, well, never mind. That will not happen. The wind even just looks at me and goes, no. But I will use this moment while we're waiting for Sticky Joe to restart. I just want to begin painting the next scene as we go to, as when we leave with Sticky Joe off after we finish with him. Because as I said, we will be going to the cryogenics lab, and this gives me a little bit of time to ask these important questions, starting with Maury. Maury, how well versed are you in cryogenic studies?
Very, very well versed.
Okay, same question for Dr. Smith. Sarah, how well versed is Dr. Smith in cryogenic studies?
Only lightly.
Okay, so then, well, I'm going by with what it fell on. So, Dr. Smith, dice gods are in your favor. I'm not going to have you roll any penalizing roll with the technology you will be experiencing, but thank you. Those were just a couple questions I needed to know before I will start with you guys. But, all right, I can hear you again, Silas. Sticky Joe, we can hear you fine. You're coming in.
Butter my ass and call me Charlie.
Okay, now you rolled a 14 and I rolled a 5 to see if that message was going to be blocked or if where you were presently would have any disruptions on it. And no, Sticky Joe, you're standing there, and then it feels like this is right before, and actually, as I said, this is as Nathaniel and everything shows up, but right before that message on the news went off, you feel like you're hearing Armstrong. Does Sticky Joe home in on the voice?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just fixed my headset now. I did not hear anything you said for the past minute.
Okay, let me just rewind.
So the last thing I heard was I rolled the 14.
Okay, with that 14, because you beat the 5, you are hearing a faint voice. You're not hearing it in the woods. It's more like you just hear it in your head. But it sounds like Armstrong. Does Sticky Joe home in on to try to see if he can hear better?
Yes.
Joe, my boy, I got your attention.
Is that Armstrong?
Good. I was able to talk to you one last time. Joe, we're gonna have to do a little what do the kids call it, a speed run of your training. We were only at lesson 1, but my time is short, Joe. I gotta tell you lesson 5. Does Joe listen?
He's listening so intently that his eyes are more crossed than ever, and he's starting to drool.
So, Joe, lesson 5. When I always thought the best path in life was the most efficient and fastest. But I learned sometimes the best route to go is a detour. And some of the best things in my life have always been when I decided to take that detour. And Joe, don't be scared to take a detour. Don't go with the shortcut. Joe, this is goodbye, buddy.
No.
And
Sticky Joe, don't want to lose him again.
Joe, I'm sorry, Joe, but I'm not coming back from this one, buddy. But the least I can do is to give you a little bit of an advantage and what you see. The only question is, Joe, are you going to accept this vision that's going to be shown to you?
Yes, and you know, Joe has kind of a ritual that, like, very important moments of his life, he like will tattoo on himself. So as Ghost Armstrong is talking to Joe, he already has a tattoo gun. He's tattooing a picture of them training on the sand and them eating bolts covered in honey. It's going to be on the inner left thigh.
Excellent. Excellent. So, granted, I can't say everything that happens that Armstrong is going into because you're only seeing Armstrong's point of view. You can definitely tell he is running at a speed that definitely looks like something from a comic book because 1 minute he's in the Vale Valley, he's through the trees, then he's in the city, and then he's what looks like at a large mountain, spotlights and people screaming and running around, and he's crashing through a wall. And then you see him standing there as he yells and confronts the Mothman and King. You hear when he calls them both his very first pupils he ever taught when he came to this planet. How ashamed he is that it was them, especially when he looked at Mothman. And you see Mothman tell King, hit him with everything you got, and the King looking at Mothman saying, I will never forgive you for making me do this. And the last thing you see as King begging Armstrong, can't you just sit down and pretend like I hit you? Can't you just walk away? Armstrong telling him, you're both expelled, my stupid pupils. As Armstrong and King took off at each other, and as Armstrong is getting hit in the face, you see King's arm cocking back like a shotgun, his forearm. And then when it hits, fires back, all you just see is everything's a white light. And then as your vision and hearing comes back, you hear how the radio is going off from inside of the biscuit, inside the house, about how 1/3 of California has just been destroyed and over 125,000 people have been killed. And you give me a intellect roll. Remember, you can add 2 to this.
Okay. 218.
Your mind stays strong, actually, Joe. You don't drop to your knees, your legs. You're able to stay strong through this because you know Armstrong is most certainly dead. Now, everyone is going off, but because of everything that are walking off north, straight ahead, north of you. But the only thing is, you didn't hear why they decided. Here's my question to you, Joe. Are you going to follow behind everyone?
No. Joe has a few things that he needs to get done before he joins back with them.
Now, as I said, Joe, you are in the middle of a redwood forest. You look, the best way to describe it is you with no compass, no nothing, you are really at your death. Where would you like to go? Granted, you're not going to follow behind everyone, so north is already cut off. Do you go east, west, or south?
You know, I think I'm going to take a journey to the west.
How long do you travel for?
Are you talking time-wise or miles?
Time-wise.
Time-wise, I'd say Joe is going to head about 2 hours to the west.
Now, as you're going, a massive shadow covers your body. Does Joe look up?
Yes.
It's Clem, baby. Well, when Clem turned into what you believe to be a Thunderbird, and you hear the little chick that's on your chest in a little baby carrier, how you're carrying this big ass little Thunderbird, well, atmosphere avian chick on your chest, you have no idea, but you got them, and they're just happily chipping, seeing their parent. Do you signal to Clem?
Yes.
Clem is able to hear you, and Clem flies down. Clem's new form, when you look at their body, all of the plumage, the feathers, everything is a multicolor, shifting, changing ever, and the plumage and like I say, it looks like similar to a California condor, except about 20 times larger. He's now about 50 meters tall with a wingspan that can go about 100 meters, fully spread. You see Clem is crying.
Oh, I'm going to give Clem a big hug.
When Clem nuzzles their head next to you, you notice that there is symbols carved into Clem's beak.
Can I analyze them?
Give me an intellect roll, please.
And
remember, you can add 2 to that.
Joe's dumb as fuck, so I'm a little worried about this. Okay, that is holy shit, 21.
you're lucky because you actually remember where you remember these symbols from. Riley taught you this code. He said that this was strictly for the communication coding that the PIB, that the master taught him, that all the PIB used to communicate for emergencies. And you rolled high enough with that crit to definitely make out this is a very important message. Just, goddamn. Even with that high of a roll, you still can't make up the full message. All you can make out is, I'm dying. This is who is behind everything.
Am I able to use my Nunchaku-gun to see if there's anything I'm missing?
Give me another intellect roll, please.
That is 14.
You're looking,
forgot
you're
the-
looking.
Sorry, I forgot the add the 2. It's 16.
It's not the symbols that you look at. You look at Clem's eye, and you're able to see the final moments of what he saw. Once again, you see from Clem's point of view as literally crashing through the ground, crashing through the PBSO's body and material, and then finally landing in the ground from a thunderbolt. And you see the master with only one arm desperately crawling, vomiting blood, and Clem, and you see him call Clem in a different name, and you recognize that Clem, when he was in this form, originally was the master's pet, and you see him desperately engraving a message in Clem's beak, and then the last thing you see is 6 individuals holding these black pointed poles jumping towards them. As Clem lets out a mighty scream, a thunderbolt hits one of the 6, and Clem takes off through the hole again. Now, what you noticed about the 6 individuals is that their bodies had these massive gargantuan gauges all throughout their body. But instead of like pole gauges, they're literal just the hollow type of gauges to where you can just see through them. And it literally goes all the way like through their noses, the bridge of their noses, their ears, their neck, chest, sternum, all of just these massive gauge piercings. And yeah, you see that the master died.
That's a lot to take in. I'd really like to put his body to rest if there's any bit left from that explosion, and possibly eat a piece of him. I think that's what he'd want.
From your role, I will let you have this one last thing to know what happened to his body. As Clem was leaving, you see that as they crashed down, the last remnants of the master's body flew and fell into the gastric sea, and his body is now lost to the bottom of the sea in the gastric sea.
Well, my work there is done. Or, well, trying to put the body to rest. There's nothing to put to rest. But I would like to try to... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I would like to know what is going through your mind and what would you like to do? Because where you are, where you've come to, you're not out of the woods yet, but there is more larger areas of fields. And, well, I'll be damned. That looks like a little hut is straight ahead, but maybe your mind just... But please, tell me, what would you like to do?
So, what's on Joe's mind is, well, 3 things. The very first is he's thinking if he can get out of these woods, just surviving a bout with the king, almost facing almost certain death, and then knowing that he's about to be a father, and that he already has, like, I guess, a kid with the whale chick from 20 episodes ago. Joe thinks if he can get out of here alive, he wants to marry Betty. He wants to do this right. He wants to be a proper family with his wife and his children.
Oh, you mean Peggy?
Yep. And
no.
God.
I am happy to hear you say that because Peggy is still with you. Now, are you walking towards the hut?
Yes, most definitely.
Joe, you start to hear a interesting sounding string instrument coming from the hut. Do you still progress towards the hut, Joe?
I'm going to signal for Peggy to wait here and hide. She probably won't listen because she's a fucking badass. She's a badass goth manhwa silicon-based life form. But I'm going to cautiously approach this hut.
You just keep hearing the string instrument. And you better goddamn believe Peggy is right. She's right or die, baby. And you get closer, closer, closer. And then you swear you hear a familiar voice. I knew it would be you that would show up here. Come on in, Joe. And Joe, you recognize the voice as Bethany.
Started bawling like a baby, even though I heard about the betrayal. It's just, Sticky Joe still loves Bethany. Got snot dripping down his beard and shit. Just happy. Heard about the betrayal, but, water under the bridge.
Do you go in?
Yes, but still cautiously, and I'm looking for traps and stuff.
You look around, you see the construction, it reminds you of feudal Japan. A raised floor with a middle fire pit that is used for of course, the cauldrons for cooking and for kettles for tea. And right now there's a tea urn in the middle of the square hole for the fire pit. And there is hot water being boiled for tea right now. And sitting with a shamisen in their lap, wearing a elegant, beautiful kimono, and their hair has been done up, and they have this beautiful jade comb in their hair and the bun. You see Bethany sitting there with her eyes closed, playing the shamisen. I knew it would be you. Oh, she's just feels a little awkward.
That is who Joe is. He is awkward.
Joe, how about you sit down?
Okay.
Joe, out of the people I have worked with, and all the times I've been through this, I have never remembered anyone's name. Do you understand how significant it is that I remember you after everything? The reason why is because you're probably the only one I would like to see make it out of all this in the end.
You
Joe?
explain to Joe.
Joe, there's been many things going on in the background that, well, it would take quite a few books to even begin to fathom, to explain what is going on. But the short story at the end of it is you, your lovely wife there, and your future child will get to live, and of course the park will still be open, and you won't ever have to worry about it waking up, anything being destroyed, and you won't ever have to worry about wars and such because all the other humans will be dead. But I like you, Joe. So all you gotta do is just sit here and enjoy some tea with me.
This don't sound right.
She finally opens her eyes at you, and you see Bethany's eyes. You do notice that she does have melochromatic eyes. One eye is purple and the other eye is red. And no, Joe, the person that was nothing more than just using drugs to hide the pain, to fight the memories. That's the person you didn't know. This is the real me, a proud member of the Axelinen clan. My name is Bethany Axelinen, and I will do whatever I can to ensure that my father and the Axelinen plans come to fruition, because it is what's best for this planet.
There a way? Sorry, I'm having a hard time doing the deep voice tonight. Is there a way that Joe can save humanity too?
And it's because you asked that question that, damn it, Joe, I think we're not going to be able to come to eye on this unless I show you how fruitless fighting against the inevitable is. Is this the little friend you've been telling me about, Bethany? Bethany's head is instantly in a prostration pose. Joe, give me an intellect roll real quick.
This is a 12.
So, Jesus Christ, Sticky Joe, just your mental fortitude today is just some of the strongest you've ever been, because you are able to keep calm with this raspy voice speaking. You can't pinpoint where it's coming from. It just sounds everywhere, all at once, all around you, in your body, reverberating through your bones. Yeah, seems awfully sticky. He's honored grandfather. He has saved my life more times than I can count, and he This is probably the only true friend I have ever made. Who said you can have a friend? Honored grandfather. No, I'm proud. Yes. Joe, will you be my friend?
As long as you don't do weird shit to me and my family, Joe will be friend.
You fascinate me. Yes, I will show you the way to me. But in time. Now, I think it would be in your best interest for you to just sit there, behave yourself, and forget about the park.
Joe can't forget about the park. It's where all his stuff is.
Everything is just quiet, Joe. You hear nothing. You don't hear the shamisen, even though Bethany's still playing. You don't hear anything. You don't hear Bethany as she's just shouting to you. You tell me no. You decline me. I'm going to erase not just you, but your entire genetic line from existence.
Why? We have cool stuff. We have MacGyver. And leg warmers.
And because Bethany dared to have you know of me, I don't know how I feel about her now. As sound and everything is returning, Bethany is just looking at you like, what have you done?
Joe, not. I don't want anyone to think that Joe is not taking this serious. Joe is terrified because, like, Joe, for one, he doesn't do good with supernatural, and two, he just heard that he 100% believes that whatever this entity is, if it's planning on erasing all humans, then it must have a plan in motion that can do that. So Joe's 100% serious and scared and trying to think of how to convince this thing to not wipe out, not to commit complete genocide of his race.
Joe, before Bethany can even continue, her phone rings. She picks it up and she's just, Father, yes? Okay. Father, I think I can make up for this. I think we still have a way. Yes, Father. Joe, Bethany's looking at you and she's actually has a gentle smile on her face. Joe, if you really want to show the worth of humanity and get back on the good side of honored grandfather, I will just need you to go find everyone from the park and give this to Riley. She hands you it looks like a really old wooden case. And she looks at you and says, don't you open it, though.
Oh God, they told Joe not to do something. That the struggle was real, the temptation.
Now, if I had to guess, the only place of anywhere to go that everyone else would go to within this area, besides just miles and miles of forest, would be to find, well, that annoying sugar bear's cave. I believe that you just have to head back the direction you went and proceed north until you hear the music. But unless you don't want to show honored grandfather, you mean what you said.
Oh, Joe will do it. Joe wants
So
to
you take
save
the case, Joe?
everybody.
Okay. Joe, you take the case, and are you going to head back?
What is it?
Or
Dark out? Like what time of the day
No,
is it?
it's only been 2 hours. It's only about maybe 11 o'clock. So if you took 2
Oh,
hours
okay.
to walk back, so by the time if you do the way she says, you'll probably reach where you're hoping, maybe in about 3.5 hours. So it'll only be like 2:30.
Okay. I'm gonna give Bethany another awkward hug, and I'm gonna leave her a little paper origami crane. And Betty and we're gonna biggity bounce to Sugar Bear Cave.
And Joe, as you leave, that feeling, well, actually, one last time, actually, make this a speed roll for me. roll a d20 for me.
18. Damn, I'm getting like. Now watch next session. I'll hit like all ones. Yeah.
You
16.
see a very interesting looking humanoid just staring at you that you feel like you died 3 times just looking at him. And he's wearing a kimono that has white stripes and it's just a deep aqua blue. And he has what looks like a glass dome on his head. And yes, he's a humanoid, but at the same time, you notice these frilled gills that come off the side of his neck. And oh boy, you could definitely tell it looks like this individual could throw hands. Now you head back, and as you're heading off into the direction, hopefully to this cave, that's where we're gonna take a quick little break, and then when we come back, we will pick up with Maury and Dr. Smith. So we're just gonna take a quick 15-minute break, guys. All right, so we're just going to take a quick 15. If anyone needs bathroom breaks, go ahead and take them, and we will be picking back up, and it will be 9:10 my time, 8:10 Pacific, 11:10 for you, Silas. All right, I'll see everyone at 15.
All right. Oh, mother of God! I thought I was about to get all of humanity killed even more.
Up. Oh my god, thank God for good rolls.
Right? Shit. Like, I am notorious for low rolls. Cat's notorious for high rolls.
I know, right?
I don't know why I'm like this.
You steal the luck from everybody else.
Shit, you know what? If I ever head down you and B's way, Cat, you and I, we're gonna hit up the roulette tables.
Oh no, I don't gamble. When I gamble, it's horrible.
Oh.
Tell me what you got.
I gave her $40 on a slot machine one time. She turned it into 115 and then did horrible.
Oh, that's even worse.
Brian, did you hear what I sent Kat?
Send her.
The story about my recent trip to see my mother-in-law?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
It was rough, man. It was rough.
I'm gonna be in Texas for 2 weeks, about 3 weeks from now. So I'll probably have some funny ass stories on the way back from that.
Dude, I literally just read what I sent to Kat. It's like, on our last day there, she got into an argument with Max that culminated in her demanding an apology for him being, and I quote, really mean to her when he was 11, when he wanted a computer, and she said no, which the entire thing ended with her refusing to try the cinnamon rolls that she demanded that I make for her from scratch.
Oh, fuck right off.
Yeah.
Saying Burger King, you don't get it your way.
I'm like, she
How do you
demanded that I make cinnamon rolls for her from scratch in her kitchen because she wanted to see how they were made so that she could make them herself. The entire time she spent it drunk because she's an alcoholic. And instead of just standing there and helping me, she was just running around filling up her drinks.
How do you demand an apology from someone from when they were 11?
Yes, like 24 years ago, and she's not over this. But it makes sense because, you know, when he was in his single-digit ages, he didn't spend a lot of time with her because she was on drugs.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's almost like someone chose drugs over family.
Yeah, almost like that. And then she wants to act like she was like a great mom. She likes to pretend
almost like that, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, no, like the night ended with me and Max at the Airbnb, and I'm just like, I don't think I can deal with your mom for I think we need to wait like another 3 years before we visit. And he just turns to me and he's like, or we don't have to.
We can just not.
All right.
We can just not and don't say that we did.
I'm like, all right, but might still want to visit your sister though, because she's chill and so is her husband and their new babies. So, but we just I'll have to tell her that hey, don't tell your mom we're in town, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes.
Dude, the weirdest part was her husband, Max's stepdad. He's actually really chill. So the entire time they're having this argument, I'm pulling cinnamon rolls out of the oven, and me and him are just standing there because he was helping do the dishes. And I'm just like, you want a cinnamon roll, Davo? And he's like,
God.
Yep.
He's like, this is just another Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, Kat says that my mom and I used to argue all the time, and she'd be sitting there while me and her were shouting back and forth, and her and my dad would just like be eating dinner.
Yeah. that sounds like me and Dava watching it, but like Max wasn't really yelling until like she started like straight up lying about what she just said. Because I guess the whole thing started when they were talking about video games, and she was like, nobody should ever play video games. I don't care how old you are. And Max is like, whoa, let's back up there. We're gonna have a
Let's dial
conversation
that right
about
the
this.
fuck back.
He's like, let's have an intellectual conversation about this, which is a bad choice because she had already been drinking. And so anytime he'd make an intelligent like argument about it, she'd back it up. Well, that's not what I said. And then like at a certain point he got tired of it. He's like, no, that's exactly what you said. She's like, well, did you record it?
Fucking start doing
Do you
that
have
shit.
proof?
Bro, are you sure she doesn't play video games? Because that was Pixar, it didn't happen.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman though.
She hit him with the classic gamer argument.
I'm like, dude, you're
Pixar
like,
didn't happen.
Oh my god.
you're like, what, in your mid to late 50s? I'm like, what's going on here?
Hey, jelly.
No,
So
but
when
then
I
she'll
got
turn around
back
and be
from
like,
when I got back from
Go
the
ahead.
pharmacy, I had burritos, and the cats were swarming the shit out of us for the burritos.
oh, that's what you get. Did you bring the cats anything?
No,
Did the
but
cats get burritos?
a piece of chili verde pork fell out of one of them, and one of the cats ate it before I could fucking get to it. Fucking May
Cats are
grabbed
just
it
like
and ran
fuzzy
off.
sharks.
Dude, I
Well,
hope they
May
don't
is
make a
gonna have a
mess.
fucking tummy ache later. Yeah, I know, right?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, if they got the spicy stuff and they ate it, man, that's a mess outside of the litter box later.
Oh, my cat fucking loves cayenne. Like, she will lick fucking dirty dishes. She will find it. No matter where it is, she will find cayenne powder.
Oh
And
no, let me
she's
just say,
obsessed with this shit.
Jen's idea of spicy is so far from reality, but these burritos actually are genuinely a little spicy. So,
Like onions.
like, it
or-
would kill Jen if
Like
she ate it.
onions.
She'd die.
I would die. I'm an
She would
endangered
absolutely
species.
die.
Well, aren't
and
you
there's
the
some
one who's
people who
like
think-
mayonnaise the spicy type?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. The burrito that I had was genuinely spicy.
I'll be real.
would
They have
fucking murder
what's
Jen.
called spicy mayonnaise, so that shit's spicy. I can't
See,
take
Spicy
I'm
that.
mayonnaise
white,
is
but I'm
just a
not that white.
mindset.
Spicy mayonnaise is spicy, man. Just like spicy tuna is spicy. I can't eat that shit
It's
on my
a fucking mindset.
sushi?
It's not real.
It
I
is
like
real. It's
spicy mayo
spicy.
on my
No, it
tendrils.
isn't. It's
It is.
flavored. Might as well be cinnamon mayonnaise.
What?
The spice level is the same.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's like I just found out like a couple years ago that paprika is supposed to be spicy, but for me it never was. Paprika has got like a tang to it for me.
Paprika's
like
bell
paprika.
peppers.
Paprika's
Yeah.
a little spicy.
Yeah, but everyone tells me that it's supposed to have like a little bit of a kick to it,
It does.
but it don't.
It does though.
You're so white.
I am. I glow in the dark.
Kat says there's special paprikas that are supposed to be spicy, but paprika itself shouldn't be typically.
Well, I also
What the
grew up in a primarily white area where everyone's like Wonder Bread is spicy.
Yeah, paprika is frequently just used for color more
Yeah.
than anything.
'Cause that's what
I
I
love
always
it.
used it as, like, for the tang and the color for, like, deviled eggs type of stuff.
Yeah, if
You know,
you
that's-
want your dish to have a slightly red hue to it naturally without, putting any red 40 in it, yeah, that's what you go for.
Yeah. But yeah, I was
Otherwise, it's just bell
told that-
peppers.
yeah, I was told it's fucking supposed to be, like, spicy. Not, I mean, like, obviously, like, cayenne or fucking chili type spice, but it's supposed to be
No, that's
spicier
just
than black
Jen's
pepper.
people telling you.
Dude,
That's just
black
Jen's
pepper is
people
super
telling you
spicy.
that it is. No, it isn't, Jen, and you brainwashed Max into thinking it's made of rocks or something.
What? No, I didn't.
He said, "Why would we ever want that? It's just rocks." One time when we said, "What's wrong with black pepper, Jen?"
Oh, that's because it gets stuck
He
in his
was
teeth.
on-
I had nothing to do with that.
Oh well, I thought he was just defending you and brainwashed.
No. He wouldn't defend me for that.
Oh,
That,
He often makes fun of my inability to handle spice.
I think we all do.
I know.
So I went to one of the Guy Fieri restaurants at a casino. I ordered some deviled eggs. I gotta say, it was extremely underwhelming. It's like, man, I can make better shit at home.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
cheated out
flavor
of
count is a
$8.
lie.
For shit like that, you're paying for the name. That's it. You're just paying for the name.
Guy Fieri's name is not even that strong as a chef. Chefs make fun of him. So
Oh, yeah.
can
The-
we
the
really
rest
say
of
it
the
was
food was
paying for the
amazing.
name? I've had his donkey sauce. It's not that good.
Is it made with
Wait,
real
did you just say that you ate ass?
No.
No,
He
he
makes
ate
a
the
sauce
sauce of
called
ass.
donkey sauce.
Oh, I
It's
was
just
gonna
called
say, I
donkey
mean,
sauce. It's like burger sauce, but it's not that good. It just tastes like it's like garlic aioli, but they made it with like the shittiest garlics.
You know that raw garlic is kind of spicy.
Oh God, don't
The what?
No.
Raw
What did you
garlic
just
is
say, Jen?
spicy. Raw garlic is spicy.
No,
so just as we were talking, I
no,
just
Jen.
read an email. So, Maury, you're gonna fill me on this one. So I just read an email for the job interview I had at the welfare office.
Huh?
Mind you, I worked for this department for 7.5 years,
Yeah.
and I have been rejected for a caseworker position again.
Oh
8
my
years in
God.
a row. It's like, what the fuck? I'm good enough to be a caseworker for CYS, but I'm not good enough to do food stamps. What the fuck do I have to do to get a job there?
See, the thing is you're too good at what you used to do. Like, you're too good at it that they didn't want you to move. So they won't let you have a better position.
Nah, it's that he would give out the food stamps to, like, he wouldn't give out the food stamps to anybody who asked. He'd actually do his job and check to see if they needed them.
Right, and that's like I don't get it. Like I was a clerk there too, and 5 of the people I worked with, these 5 girls, 2 of them, I'm surprised they knew how to see straight for how fucking high they were all the time. Some
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
laziest pieces of shit that I worked with, and they got promoted to caseworker, and then like 2 months after their promotion, they took a voluntary demotion back to clerical. I'm thinking, what the fuck? That was a position I could have. What the fuck? And I filed a grievance before I left because I kept being denied a promotion when I have like twice the credentials, 3 times the experience. I want to know, like, if I'm doing something wrong, tell me and I'll fix it. You know, that's just, I'm sincere. Like, I want to know what I'm doing wrong. The union said, well, we got good news and bad news. The good news is you're right. You're being discriminated against. I'm like, cool. What's the bad news? We can't do anything about it. I'm like,
It's
what?
because you're a man.
They said unless they specifically say that it's because I'm a man or who I voted for, what religion or lack of one I would have, like, unless they specify why, they can't do shit about it. And I said, so I got to keep getting bent over and taking it up the ass for as long as I work here. They're like, yeah, pretty much. I'm like,
Well, see, if you
I'll
were
find a
actually
different
gay, you
job
might have
then.
gotten a promotion.
Man.
I got told that I've been ganging up on the new guy because he keeps fucking up. That me
You're
and the
talking about
other no, this one's named Felipe. So
That
apparently
sounds like
I've been
such a fake name. I'm not gonna lie.
That reminds me of
that's
Pip
just
from
a
South Park.
Mexican name. I'm sorry to tell you that's Mexicans are named stuff like that, and Chewy and all kinds of names. There's all kinds of shit like that. But
So
anyways,
they think you're ganging up on them
Fe-
for calling them out?
Felipe told our boss because Evelyn, who's basically his boss, and me, the guy who trained him, told him, "Hey, do a thing." I said, I'm doing something right now. Can you send an email? Literally an email. And he says, oh, 20 minutes later, I'm not on the email chain. Can you add me? I said, sure, I'll add you to the email, but please send it. And then I had to go to lunch. I come back from lunch and she says that almost 30 minutes after I told him to send it and added him to the email, she said, how come you haven't sent that email yet? And he says, oh, well, you didn't put it in the Teams chat, so how am I supposed to know that you wanted me to send it? And she goes, because I told you guys to send an email and he asked you to send it and sent you to the email to be on it, and then you just didn't follow up on that. Why do I need to send that in a Teams chat? Like, are you fucking kidding me? We're sitting in the same room. We're 10 feet from each other. Why do I need to put anything in a Teams chat? Just do the thing I told you to do. So
That
I'm
Sorry,
not
go
even
ahead.
in the room when this happened. And I got back and David's like, hey, Evelyn and you, it sounds like you guys are ganging up on Felipe. Like, you guys got to be a little bit nicer about it. And I'm like, ganging up on, for what did I do? I said, what the fuck? Where was I? I was at lunch. What do you mean I was ganging up on Felipe? And he's like, there was a whole thing. And it just all got explained to me. And I'm like, I'm literally finding out about this right now, but I did tell him to send that email because I was about to go to lunch, and that was a request from our person in charge that it get done, and he requested me to add him on the email and then didn't do it. I was like, And then so the thing was, he still didn't send it when he left, because he was like, well, I'm leaving now. And she's like, you get off at 6:30. It's 6:23. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm already leaving. And she's like, it's an email. Fucking type it up and send it. It takes like 30 seconds. Like, at this point, now you're just being a stubborn asshole. And I guess I got in trouble because I said, well, she didn't ask for the nuclear launch codes. She asked for a fucking email to be sent. Like, he could do that in 2 minutes or whatever, or 3 minutes, and still have time to leave on time. And I guess because I agreed with her, I was ganging up on him.
That is pure weaponized incompetence. Just 100%.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
Good.
That's not the
God.
first time this has happened. It's getting worse. Like, I'm supposed to go to Texas to train people in Texas to do what I do, and she's like, don't leave me alone with this fucking idiot. Basically,
That's what my coworker
she's like,
said.
I don't know that I
told
want
you
to.
about.
Well, she goes, I don't know that I want you to recommend you to go to Texas. She's like, I don't know that this shit will fucking operate with him doing your job. So
That's horrifying.
So I'm not doing what I used to do. I'm a logistics coordinator now. So my job is to reach out to brokers and make sure like that the loads are leaving on time and stuff. And from the time that I get to work, which is 2:00, I have to build and like work out a list, an Excel spreadsheet of what's on site, what's picked up, what hasn't picked up, why hasn't it picked up, what ETAs are meant to be picked up, and basically I have to check on everything. Could be 80 loads a day, could be 200-300 loads a day. Doesn't matter. I have 3 hours to do it, because at 5:00 I need to have a list for her to send to Spot so that we can try to recover them. Right? He's been making that list since a month ago. It's the only thing we've been training him to do, because he gets like 6 hours to do it or 7 hours to do it. I only get 3. Yesterday, my email was down and I couldn't do anything with email. So I couldn't get an accurate list. And I told him at 4:00, hey, I need your list to be ready, dude. Like, it's on you. It's the Felipe show today. You know what I mean? 5:00 hits. He gives a list that's missing all kinds of information, and she has to use it because that's what we have, right? And she's like asking him, why isn't this here? Why didn't you do this? What's going on? Like, why is this so messed up? Because normally what happens is I get my list done, and he comes and like checks my list, which is really just code for him fucking copying what I got. And the thing is, I can't really stop him from doing that. But today, or that day, was like all Felipe. And so she's like, why is this so bad? Like, you hear none of this is right. And he's like, well, it's only my second day doing that. You got to give me some grace. And she goes, only your second day? What the fuck have you been doing for the other 28 days then? She's like, because you have been here for a month and you have been supposed to have been making a list every single time. So how is it only your second time doing that? And it's still wrong. Even at that, you've had all this time to practice, but it's still wrong. And so now we have a meeting on Tuesday about teamwork and expectations.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How would you tell him if he
God.
smells really bad?
I would send him a message in Teams, because apparently that's all he responds to.
Because
I would make sure that our vice president was on the message so that he could see it.
Because I've had 2 now. I've had to pull Robert aside twice now to give him a talk about personal hygiene, because every single one of my other workers has complained to me about it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's actually, that's going to be a perfect segue as we come back of smelly employee, because we go back to, so dear listeners,
Can you bleep out the name though?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
we're not using the same.
You absolutely need to
All of
remove
that's
the
getting
names that I've been using.
Yeah.
So all of that. So this is just gonna. So actually, let me make sure to. All right, where that clap was, that's going to be where I cut everything out beforehand. So now, as we continue on, thankfully, I was able to get the portion for Moonlight done, because the player is just not feeling well, so they need to go lay down. Not going into any more of that. So continuing forward, though, with what was being mentioned outside words, we go back to Maury and Dr. Smith. Now, I don't know if Maury has made themselves visible to Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith, they're very smart. They know Maury's there, so maybe it's been a very awkward conversation, because anyone else looking is just like, why is that woman talking to herself? You know what? Maybe that's just how all carbon-based mammals are. They talk to themselves. Weird. And Now, to best describe the cryogenics center, once again, yes, this is still subterranean, but everything, as I said, these buildings are designed with a quartzite, well, with like a quartzite style material, but with also elements of what looks like steel. But you would have to get samples of this material to really understand it. But the building you're coming into, the design of the building is reminiscent of, well, you're seeing that the Bears really have a thing for just really extra architecture, because this kind of reminds you of the Sydney Opera House in Australia, and it's got that off-kiltered style. Well, I'll post a picture in the chat for the players, but now, and as you're going inside, just everything looks really clean and white. There's not a speck on the ground, and you're walking, and, well, just because of reasons, it's Dr. Smith that hits first. Just stop, just like in your tracks, as like one of your nostrils just raises in the air as just this smell hits you. Now, Nathaniel, he had quite a pungent smell because, as he told you, he a pheromone masking. And you swear to God, any more words from him and you're going to punch him in the face. This puts that to shame. Just, dear God, whatever is coming near you has never known the words deodorant or shower in their entire life. And now you're looking up because you're thinking you're going to see someone between the height of maybe like 5'6" to 5'10", maybe even taller, because everyone else is so tall. I mean, of course, Boo Boo, even though he was like the shortest of them, he was still pushing about a good 5'8". But you're looking, you ain't seeing anyone until you just hear a, can I help you? And you finally look down, you see one of the bear people. He looks like a fucking Ewok. That's the best way I can describe it. He looks like an Ewok. And the smell. Dear God, the smell. Both of you, roll me a D20. As finally it hits you, Maury.
Am I getting any bonuses to this?
Oh, no. So, no modifiers. Just give me a D20 real quick, both of you.
Yeah, that's a 19.
I got a 10.
Okay. Well, guess what? I rolled a nat 1. How the... motherfuckers. Just, so, you defy the odds. Just... Actually, you know what? Because of your experience, you immediately slather some, Vicks Vapor Rub underneath your nose, because you've had to participate from your college years in autopsies, and you know the best way to counter that fucking smell is just some Vicks Vapor Rub. But you just you dabble up some more, and you put some fucking like mint leaves in there as well, and you just hold your hand backwards for Maury, and you feel that it's taken from your hand, and Maury, you do the same thing, and you're just, oh, sweet relief. And very small Ewok-looking gentleman wearing a lab coat's just, hello, well, you know what? I didn't introduce myself, so maybe that's it. I did forget my bear manners. So my name is Dexter. Can I help you too?
Is he the one that smells bad? Is that where the smell's emanating from?
So all of the individuals that are in this room, you see them just all like holding their nose. Just you see the one person just spraying like some kind of deodorant in this direction. And then like Dexter tries to step like in one direction, and you see someone far backwards go, no, get back, damn you. And they're holding a deodorant stick, and he just goes, just shrieking. It's like, back, damn you! I will fucking use this on you! Yes, Dr. Smith, this is where the smell is coming from. Come on, guys, it's not that bad.
Okay, to the question that I asked, do I have dry shampoo on me in my travel kit?
Let me ask you a question. Realistically, would this be something that Dr. Smith would carry?
Along with a toothbrush and toothpaste, yes.
Okay, because I'm going to trust that answer, and I will say yes.
All right, I'm gonna spray that on them. I'm gonna spray the dry shampoo on them.
God damn it. God motherfucking damn it. So as you institute this, he's just screaming, and then seeing what you've done, every other like scientist that was in here that was scared to act up, because you wouldn't know this, but the president of the cryogenics, this is his son. Nepotism at their finest, so they've always had to put up with this from Dexter. And they're like, get him! Give him a fucking sock bath! And they're just running over, pulling off their shoes and grabbing a sock. One pulls out a bar of soap and they just start bathing him around you. And he's just, no! No! And finally, one of them stands up. He's about a good 6'5". He's got a really bitchin' afro, and he's got a cigarette hanging out the side of his mouth. And he looks and he shakes off and he goes, my God, you are the first carbon-based mammal I've ever met, but if all of them are as brave as... I know there's a second one of you there. I can't see you, but you are there. But you both are the most... Well, especially you, ma'am. You are the most bravest I have ever seen. If all other carbon-based mammals, humans, are like you, I think we can all really get along then. Oh, the name's Spike.
At this opportunity, Maury's going to drop from the ceiling.
All of the bears shriek and just like, how? Where? What? There's nothing to even hold on from up there. Are you magic?
His spider legs are still obviously showing, so he's just going to tuck them away and be like, giving them looks.
They're surrounding you now just with with clipboards, just writing about you, just... He's literally just... He is rewriting the laws of physics. But... And back to you, Dr. Smith. The individual in front of you extends his hand and he introduces himself as Spike.
I'm going to extend my hand and shake. I'm Dr. Sarah Smith.
Wait. One of the interns was... Were you the individual that gave one of our interns that amazing elixir that's basically made them, like, one with speed?
You mean coffee?
What is this coffee?
I'm going to pull out an extra packet of it.
Of course, since these are actual... They do not dare, like, try to eat a bean or... They're just... May we have, like, a single bean so we could study it? If that's not too much trouble?
It's instant coffee. Do you have water? Preferably hot water?
Of course. I mean, we do have... We do enjoy tea down here. Of course, we'll get you some boiling water. Is there anything else you need?
No, just water.
About 2 minutes go by, and another intern comes with a really very nice tea kettle, pours you a good 8-ounce cup of water, and do you make the instant coffee?
Yeah, I'm just going to pour the little packet in, stir it, and be like, done.
What? My, fascinating. They're just taking notes, and he's like, Amelia, can you take this over to the particle analyzer, please? Thank you very much, honey. Dr. Smith, you just continue to impress me. Would we be able to use this for an issue we are presently encountering?
Like what kind of issue?
Oh, I would be more than happy to take you to the reawakening chamber, but I am so sorry. He makes sure to re-clean his hand to make sure there's no sweat or anything, and he extends it to you, Maury, and says, I am so sorry to not have introduced myself to you quicker, sir. My name is Spike. And he extends a hand to shake to you, Maury.
Maury's going to hesitate, but then shake his hand.
Now, I will be more than happy to take you to the head researcher. Now, granted, not Dexter's dad. Oh, good God, not that man. No, I'm going to take you to the real head researcher, Dr. Briefs. Now, how are you both dealing with someone with a really eccentric personality?
I've dealt with worse.
I always wait to find out how eccentric.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Well, yeah, wait, hold on. Hey, Pam, did you get the carton of cigarettes for me? Yes, I did, Spike. You know how Dr. Briefs is. He goes through like a carton every 30 minutes. All right. Well, thankfully, if you two will please follow me, and I can be more than happy to fill you in on information about the cryogenics lab here, if you would both like to hear about the history here.
Maury always loves learning, so he's absolutely on board for learning.
I'm always taking notes.
Now, if you both choose to follow behind Spike, he's just pointing to the different sections saying, now, our technology has always been... We've been blessed with our technology because we had some of the remnants from the creators' ships down here, and we were able to, well, not necessarily reverse engineer, but take apart and learn from the ships and apply that to our own technology here now. So, and as he's showing you two different systems, actually, wait, let me rewind real quick. Does the word creator's ship mean anything? Does that stick on Dr. Smith and Maury's ears?
For Maury, absolutely.
Nah, not really.
So Spike, of course, is just looking at both of you as he's talking. It is not lost on him for you, though, Maury. He says, the creator's ship, have you never seen one, Mr. Maury?
I have.
Ah, okay. Hey, wait, what? You know what? I will want to speak to you later about where you encounter. Oh my goodness, this will mean a lot if we can get another sample. But please, and so as an example, some of the technology you're seeing, like what you would think looks like liquid nitrogen, it also at the same time has properties of what looks like mercury, and they're able to use that to rapid freeze themselves, and it's just and you're going through, and then finally as you're coming to the lab, you can already see just thick plumage of smoke coming from underneath the door, and yeah, that tobacco is just strong, and you just hear oh goddamn Moonspeak, this stupid I hate you machine, and I hate you too, sir. Stop yelling at me. Shut up. Oh, Dr. Briefs is yelling at the computer again. Oh, God. And he opens the door, and you're hit with a wall of cigarette tobacco smoke. And finally, when everything goes through, you see a man, well, obviously the bear, really, really old-looking bear humanoid. He's sitting crouched down, and his legs have like this. He has this massive console he's sitting underneath, and you see a large monitor. It's about 90 inches across, 90-inch monitor with it's a glowing green screen with a face with more of just eyes and a mouth that's just got a pissed off look at the same time. It's looking down, and the man and the bear and the old bear looking up. He's got a really thick goatee mustache and a bowl cut, gray as fuck, and he's got really thick rimmed black glasses. And he's just, Rudy, I haven't slept in 200 years. I want to go to bed. Rudy, work with me. Why are they waking up? I will ask real quick, who would be the first to say or do anything, Dr. Smith or Maury? I'll let the two of you decide between the two of you.
I mean, Maury kind of just hangs around and watches most of the time, so I don't know what Dr. Smith would... Like, would you approach them or something?
I'd approach them and I'd ask why haven't they tried to give them the caffeine yet?
All right.
Okay. He, hadn't, fully gotten himself from underneath the console when he was looking up, and when he hears you say that, Dr. Smith, he bolts up and bashes his head and says, oh, God, mother... No, I swear... Who's ever back there making up words again? But, oh my good... Spike, I am going to kick your ass for embarrassing me like this. You couldn't even give me 5 minutes to air out the lab. And oh, no, Dr. Breeze. There is no reason why I am pissed and that I would do this to you. Totally no reason at all. Fuck you, Spike. I am so sorry. I do apologize to you both. Humans, correct? And one of you looks to be like are you a fellow scientist, doctor?
I'm Dr. Sarah Smith.
Now, you said a word, coffee and caffeine. Where's caffeine?
I mean, if anything, it'll help wake you up and give you more energy, or at least help your body to process energy.
Wait. So...
Can I drop for him the caffeine molecule?
Hell yeah! You know what? I was going to make this a difficulty roll, but since you said that, I'm going to negate it now. Because like I said, you could do things to lower the difficulty. That immediately just puts it to a 0 if you're actually drawing the molecule.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he says, and you have such a compound on you. And it's not radioactive?
No, look what it's made of. Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen.
And you have... How long have you humans had such a miracle substance?
Since ancient times.
It looks like his brain just explodes. You see smoke coming from his ears. I finally understand what Honored Sugar Bear was talking about. Now I see why he sees human in such high. Oh my! Could we have a little of this coffee to try?
I'm gonna give him one of my packets.
What do I mix it with?
Water.
His jaw could not be like dropping any lower. He's just, you're fucking kidding me. Water is all it takes.
Yeah, like preferably hot water.
Can Maury have a packet?
Yeah, sure. I got a bunch. I gotta stay awake.
Maury's gonna open the packet and pour it directly in his mouth.
Yeah, you could also do that, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Thank God you just said that, because Dr. Briefs was just like, thank you for the warning. He gets to boiling some water, and he's just got the pot. He adds the instant coffee, and he's just, Rudy, you heard the esteemed doctor here. Could you prepare a injection system for all the chambers and evenly distribute this caffeine? Oh, wait, what's this specific mixture called, Dr. Smith?
It's coffee. It's ground up coffee beans that have been roasted. It's a plant that creates a fruit. Inside that fruit, you can find the bean, and you can roast it, and it contains the chemical compound for caffeine.
Rudy just has this, like, real smug look on his face, because I just rolled if Rudy knows what coffee is, and he's just, I've known about this substance. I just don't like you, Dr. Briefs. Fuck you, Rudy. And the system is prepared, and God, motherfucker. God damn you and your coffee. As the coffee is evenly distributed to each of the chambers, the bodies that were each infected with a parasite, the parasite is poisoned because of the actual chemical composition of coffee. It is just a lethal poison to this parasite, and the bodies start to wake up, and because of the way caffeine reacts to their bodies, you solve the second part of the puzzle of keeping them actually waking up and not dying, because their hearts get a literal jump start.
Yay.
Dr. Briefs was just, we were projecting that we were going to have substantial casualties, and we just, that I'm going to bed! And he just walks over to an empty chamber, and just, Spike is just, this is the greatest day of my life. We were able to solve the crisis, and I got to see Dr. Briefs get his foot shoved in his fucking mouth. Well, honestly, there's no way I can say how much you have just helped us. Is there anything we can do for you both?
Do you have any live samples of these parasites?
Hold on. Maury, roll me a d20 real quick.
That's a 19 again.
Well, you beat my 10, so yes, a sample was able to be saved. And what would you like? Did you want the sample of the parasite?
Yes. What exactly does this parasite do to the body?
So that's the problem we've been having. We've been trying to understand just all we figured out is that, yes, it is a parasite, but beyond that, we have no idea of the properties. All we know is that when it infects one of our species of adamantites, it puts us in a state of permanent suspended animation.
Fascinating.
Now, I don't know what it will do to other species, to maybe silica or carbon. I have no idea. Or what it will do to other adamantites. I have no idea. But here you go. We were able to save one. We have one sample of this. And honestly, we don't want that thing anywhere near us ever again. So you're doing us a favor taking it. Now, before I describe the parasite as they're going to get you the sample, he looks over to you, Dr. Smith, and asks, is there anything we can do for you as well, Dr. Smith?
I need some blood, hair, bodily fluid samples.
Wait, you mean like...
Of your species.
You mean just like you would get from like a normal physical?
Yeah, sure.
We give you that for free! Is there anything else you would like?
Not really.
Okay then, but yeah, we'll be more than happy to do that for you. But yeah, just go over to, honestly, all you gotta do is go to HR, and they'll go talk to the on-site medical team that does the actual physicals here, and they'll get to those samples easily.
Oh yeah, one more thing.
Yes.
Can you make sure that guy takes a bath every day?
Oh, very happily. and especially because that you were the ones that did this for us. They'll be more than happy to oblige with that because it's coming from you. So thank you for that one as well. Now, as Dr. Smith is getting her samples from the team, Maury, when you were brought a vial of this parasite, it looks like a worm with little spikes near the tip of what looks like a proboscis. So it kind of looks like a earthworm mixed with a bee stinger for a face, but at the same time, it looks like it's made of wood, but it moves like it's made of flesh and blood. And the minute you're holding it, it's violently hitting the side of the vial in your direction.
That thing wants you.
Fascinating. Maury's going to tuck it into his pocket.
Maury, just to be sure, are you human?
Why would you assume otherwise?
I don't know. Can I get a blood sample?
You could try.
I wasn't. It wasn't a threat. It was just a request.
As I said, you can try.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like non-affirmative answers.
I love this duo. And Dr. Smith, because of your comment, because of how right you are, I'm going to give you both one last detail. Spike does come running back, and he says, I do have one last thing. I was wrong. We do actually have a name for this. We call it the ogre parasite.
1 or 2 horns.
That's when Spike looks at you, Dr. Smith, and goes, oh, you believe those old fabled legends of some being meeting with the literal embodiment of the planet? We call it I don't know why we call it the ogre virus. Maybe it's because specifically it was from like some area of the actual like Earth, like when we were drilling more portions of the city. But I don't think that this is some kind of like living planet sending out some kind of virus. That's silly.
Legends originate from somewhere.
I really hate when you say things that just make too much sense. So then, be very careful with that then. Oh dear, I think we might need to. So hopefully you two will be here for a little bit. I have to send out a call to one of my compatriots. He's a magnificent scientist in Transylvania, and thankfully he's able to fly really quick and he can provide us some more answers. I really hope you two are not on the money with this. Oh dear. But I'm going to send out a call to Dracul Vladimir, and hopefully Professor Vladimir will be able to make it here in the next day. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Or he's gonna pull his spider legs back out and crawl back up to the ceiling and go find the bat guy.
So you're proceeding towards what's going to happen for the beginning of the next session. So this is actually perfect transition point. So essentially where you're going to be going is you're just going to be going near the entrance of the cave. And now there's one last group of two people we do need to go before we even can think of coming to the end of this session. And that is, of course, to Yoretzi and Scruffy. When we were last with them, they had started their descent down in one of the turtles to visit the Oracle. Now, first and foremost, this, Yoretzi, because you are well-versed in traveling and knowing nature and such, you, of course, have knowledge of the Mariana Trench. And I do apologize that I did not emphasize this in the beginning, but the planet, this Earth, is not the normal Earth size that we know in our world. This Earth is about a little bit smaller than Jupiter with how large it is. And so the deepest water in this world, Earth, the deepest portions of these oceans are just your standard Mariana Trench deep. The Mariana Trench deep that you know is even deeper than that, Yoretzi. And you are descending even deeper than that. granted, there is a lot of bioluminescence from the reefs, from a lot of, well, you're seeing a lot of life forms you can't really understand. And, Scruffy, I'll get to you in a minute with what's this doing to you, buddy, and what ramifications that'll have on everything else. But while we have a moment before that happens, you're at sea. I do believe you told me you had a couple questions that you needed to have answered. I want you to think really hard about what that is. As you just... Actually, wait. Roll me a d20 real quick, you're at sea. Oh, dear God. I really hope that cricket sound got recorded. But, Yuretsi, did you say what your role was? Once again, it wouldn't be an episode without technical difficulties. Hooray! Oh, there we go. Now I can hear you again. All right. But one more time, just let me know what you rolled one last time, Yuretsi.
I got a 20.
Okay, yeah, you definitely clear that. Now, here's my question. I can only imagine that you were filled with a lot of anxiety with everything that's going on, and then, of course, the bargain that you made. And how would Yuretsi feel to this feeling like you just came into a cloud of, like, calming pheromone, like, effect, like you're being told that with just your, like, in the feeling in your body that everything is fine, be calm, relax.
She kind of feel like she's with her grandmother again, and maybe just like not be so stance up all tense.
It's not lost on Bruno with what's going on, and honestly, that calms his heart down tremendously, and he's able to sit down. And I already rolled well underneath what you had. So now, as I said, we come to you, Scruffy, and you're looking out one of the portholes, and what you're looking at, the best, like, if I described it, it would look like a blob with eyes and mouths all over it, and it doesn't even look like it's swimming through the water, more or less just moving through it. And one of the eyes looks at you, Scruffy, and then just does a wink. And I'll answer it already. Yeah, your normalcy field is going just fine. It's just, yeah, it don't affect that bit. So, and then some of the other, I'll just call them things that you see, just so many tentacles. That's all I'll say is just tentacles. So, Scruffy, do me a favor. Roll me a d20 real quick.
Well, that is a 1.
Scruffy, we're not going to do the whole trademark thing of just you screaming or anything. It's just any sense of, like, trying to keep it together is just gone. And, like, your fight or flight, even that, nothing. Just that cricket chirps you did, that would be how your brain is at that moment, as your arm once again just instantly shifts and changes. But because of what I rolled on the dice here, thankfully it's not the worst possible outcome. It's an interesting one, but it's not going to be that bad. So if you would have been, like, inside of a giant submarine, this would have been Fucksville for all of you guys, because essentially your arm kind of looks like a lightning rod at the moment with kind of a sickle at the end. But what it does is it lets out, because now your arm basically has, like, the same type of organ that can be found in an electric eel, except instead of it only being about the amount of wattage that an electric eel can give, now your arm conducts about 5 million volts, and it's from that, it just lets out a burst, and it's a massive EMP. Thankfully, you're inside of an organic being, and it just makes the turtle just like, ooh, I got a fart or something? What the fuck was that? But all of the eldritch entities around you are scuttle away, but Yuretsi, your phone goes out. The phone you had, cell phone, yeah, that shit dead.
Oop.
But Scruffy, thankfully, that's only what happens, but you will come back and see if you... But what are you doing in the midst of all this, though? I do want to be... If you can sell me on it, I'll give you an opportunity to try to roll and bring yourself under control.
No, yeah, he's having a terrible time looking out this window at all these creatures. And his arms kind of just going out of control, like he's fighting his own arm to get it back to normal arm shape. And as he's doing that, it's just flailing up and down and carving, just like carving furrows into the room that I'm in. I'm not doing well.
All of the female tortoise stewardesses, they're just like, everyone, don't worry. Thankfully, we're in a larger area, and normally, the reason why there's not a large panic from us is because, honestly, this is not the first time we've seen someone freak out like this. So just let him get it out of his system, everyone. And don't worry, he won't be able to cut his way out through, because thankfully my husband's shell is able to has self-healing properties to it. And actually, just to let you know a fun fact about the tortoise adamantites, that is actually where some of the carbon mammals healing medicines come from, is from actual materials from the males of our species. And now they're going into like a long spiel of like a tour. And Scruffy, you're just not having a good time. But thankfully, they kind of get the gist, and they're going descending faster a little bit. But as you're going down, are you still? Because Grant, I know you calmed down, you sat down. Would you be still like looking out of a porthole close to you as you're sitting?
Oh yeah, she's taking notes of everything she finds.
You're taking note of all the different instances of species of the reefs and other life forms that exhibit bioluminescence. And then finally, the last thing you're taking note is where you're descending down to and where the head of the tortoise is going into. It's like a giant bubble. The only thing is, it moves and sways like a bubble. But even when like one of the largest of the eldritch entities like swims by it, and the body looks like it's going to crash the bubble, everything is fine inside. And the architecture that you find when the turtle opens the shell for you all to descend, it's very reminiscent of. Hold on, let me make sure. Actually, could you roll me an intellect roll real quick?
That's a 21.
Okay, you definitely critted there. So what I will say with that crit is, you definitely are well versed in ancient cultures throughout history, and and especially their architecture. And you are definitely seeing that this reminds you of, well, ancient Ireland. Like, you see a lot of emphasis of like where Gaelic culture is very reminiscent here. And now the people that you see here, now above board, to best describe it, you see aesthetics of the mantis shrimp. But of course, in this world, for your characters, mantis shrimp don't exist. But so you see that the males, they have these massive forearms that have really huge fists as well. And the females, their forearms are big, but their fists are actually just as large though. And their eyes, granted, they have more mammal human-like eyes, but at the same time, when you look at the actual like pupils of the eyes, they have the mantis shrimp style for the eyes, so they can actually see. And how mantis, with their vision and color, so they're seeing infrared, X-ray, all of that at the same time, which makes them have, a lot of people believe, like, for the mystical comes from mantis shrimp, because they believe that they can't just see on like infrared and all that, they can see wavelengths, auras, the future. That a lot of like paranormal occultness comes from them. And you do see that, oh yeah, you can definitely see like how the whole rumors of the Irish drinking a lot could definitely comes from them, because just as like the males are, you can see the rowdiness in some of the pubs just getting drunk, you see them just getting outdrank by the females at the same time. A lot of drinking contests. Now, would you both like to head to the Oracle, or would you like to explore the town some more?
Well, drinking's not going to be really her thing, so she's probably just bored.
Okay. Now, for Scruffy, though. Scruffy, do you follow behind your Retzi and Bruno, or do you check out the town to try to calm your nerves, because you're still not doing good.
Oh, no, not at all. Absolutely not. Scruffy doesn't like people on the best of days. He's going to follow your Etsy.
And now Celebi, she's just seeing you so upset and everything. And at first she was wanting to give you some space because she sees you're not doing good. But then she sees a lot of these like females are giving you the goo eyes, Scruffy. And she just instantly like goes and runs and grabs your arm. And she's just like blowing raspberries at these chicks like, no, he's mine. You go and finally you're coming to, well, once again, it doesn't make sense to you, especially you, Scruffy, because it looks like a simple hut, but it looks like it has chicken legs. And you see a sign above the door that says, the Yaga. Do you go inside?
Scruffy knows a thing or two about the Baba Yaga.
Are you saying this out loud, Scruffy?
I said it in the voice. I meant it.
Alrighty then. Hey, how do you know my grandma?
Oh, shit. There's two of you?
Oh, no. There's just Scruffy. Look where the voice is.
Oh, yeah. He would.
You see a younger of the mantis shrimp humanoids. This looks to be about a 16-year-old girl, well, female, and she's just looking at you like, you already know about my grandma? I'm kind of surprised. I mean, you are too... Wait, are you a silica-based life form? Because I didn't know humans could get things like that.
Not since I last checked, I was still human. You trying to tell me something?
Oh, am I being insulting? I apologize. Did I do something to offend you, sir? I'm so sorry.
Not at all. That's just how I sound.
Well, but no, the name you just said, Baba Yaga, that's my Nana. I'm just surprised you already are familiar with her.
Never seen her personally, but I've heard the tales.
I'm not going to make you roleplay. I just want to know, do you give her some examples of like the Baba Yaga legends?
Sure, yeah.
Awesome.
I would tell her all about the legends I've heard.
When you get to the one about the guy who was trying to escape death and everything, she just bust out laughing, going, okay. There's some truth, but those are really grossly exaggerated stories of my Nana. And the biggest one, though, is she is a big sweetheart. She does not hurt people. I mean, unless the only thing she'll do is she'll insist on feeding you because she thinks everyone is skinny.
Well, then why are we wasting time? I've got a hunger.
You know what? Then, you know what? Let me join you because I was just stunned by, but when I heard my Nana's name, I had to come running over. But so, my name is Anastasia. She does a curtsy to both of you, and I would be more than happy to go in and introduce you both to my Nana. Maybe help out and maybe help proceed things to make it a little easier for you both. And of course, Anastasia does a curtsy to you as well, your Etsy.
Turning down the meal. Let's go.
Oh, wow. I am not used to such big eaters. And so Anastasia happily goes with you into the house, which let me give a little bit better describing for you to really visualize it. When I say the Baba Yaga house, yes, it has a beautiful, like, pointed steeple that looks like it's made of, but instead of like stone, it's more like coral. And it's a circular steeple, so the building doesn't have a square aesthetic, it has a round aesthetic. And at the sides of it, they look like chicken legs, but at the same time, they look like shrimp legs at the same time. And as you're coming up to the door, Anastasia does a gentle little knock on the door and goes, "Shrimpy, can you open up the door for us? I have some guests for Nana." And you see this little face pop out from the door, and this one doesn't have a humanoid face. It has more of like a shrimp aesthetic. And goes, "Ooh, you want to come in, Ansel Riddle?" We don't have time for all that, Shrimpy. If you don't open the door, I'm going to smack you. Okay, geez. Can't even let me have any fun. I hate this place. And the door opens. And the inside it's got the TARDIS effect. It's much larger than it would ever be on the outside. And I got to be cheesy and say this. She says, "Welcome to the Shrimp House." And you're at sea. I know you got the best sense of smell. You just smell bomb-ass food.
Gonna tug Burn along, so I'm following that smell.
Before I get to you, Scruffy, you're at sea, you just take off not running, you following the smell, and you find your way to the kitchen, and the woman in there, with the way this house is, thankfully the dimensions are completely weird because the ceiling's about a good 20 feet tall, and this woman's definitely about a good 13 feet tall, and yes, her hair is a mixture of white and purple. Her hair goes to the back of her, to just above her butt area where her hair is, so it's about a good 20 feet long. And yes, she's got a gargantuan bust, but she just looks like your super busty, large old grandmother, because she's a very large, buxom BBW. And she just looks over to you, and she's got these small little spectacles on the end of her nose, and she looks at you, and she's just, oh my, now don't you just look like the skinniest little girl? Are you hungry, little lady? Would you like some beignets?
Sorry.
Yeah,
She'll go, I haven't heard of these before.
Oh, one of my oldest friends that I had the greatest honor of meeting, I don't know if you've ever met him, his name's Lantern Man, and his little protege, Bob. Now, I didn't know, but Bob had been to an area called Nolans, and he decided he wanted to show me how to make these yummy treats called beignets. Now, normally I'm always just sticking to most of my other kind of pastries, but I fell in love with this little dessert dish. Now, my name is Nana Yaga. Granted, most people like to be formal, call me Baba Yaga, but you can call me Nana. Now, what can Nana do for you, little lady?
We were supposed to beat an oracle, Nana. I got distracted by how good everything smells.
Now we can talk about all that oracle business here because I can already see it. You have a lot on your mind, and I think a little bit of Din Din is going to help everything. Now, you let Nana get everything situated here, and I do believe I hear my beloved little Anastasia out there. Now, she looks at you and she goes, oh, I definitely want you to relax because I can already see you're eating for two, little lady. I think that probably is part of why you've come to see me, I guess. Now, I do see a gentleman out there that his aura is going all kinds of winky-wonky, so let Nana go out there and take a look. Shrimpy, can you please help Nana here and make sure I don't burn the beignets and give some to this wonderful little lady here? Okay, Nana. You see just stretching from, dear God, from the outside window coming in, you see Shrimpy. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I should have said that earlier. It's Jen, you were good to go. If you needed to pounce off, you're good to go. So, good night. We're actually going to be finishing up soon, guys, so don't worry. I just wanted to make sure to give everyone at least a good amount of time, same time. But, so, Yuretsi, Shrimpy comes, you see this thing get you the beignets and pulls them from, he's holding a oven mitt in his mouth and just, oh, have some sweets. He spits them on the table for you. Don't worry, there's no spit on there. And Scruffy, oh, actually, you're to you first. Do you actually eat any of the beignets?
Oh yeah, she doesn't waste.
This is going to restore any pools that had been depleted for you. And Yuretsi, you've never tasted something so good. When Shrimpy tries to get a beignet, you bite at him, and he's just, okay, damn, I want to try it. Man, I can't do anything here. You guys are mean.
Yeah, he was grabbing Bruno's, and she didn't like that.
All right, I won't touch it. Jeez. And so and Scruffy, you're still just trying to get things under control, and then finally you see this buxom grandma come in, and she takes a look at you, Scruffy. Finally you catch on, B! Yes! Yeah! I couldn't do the voice at first, but now I can! Yep, yeah, that's what Shrimpy is. God, I can't do anything here, guys. What if you be my best friend?
When I heard the voice, I was like, why the fuck is Hootie talking as a shrimp?
I think the last thing Shrimpy is going to say to Yuretsi is, will you be my best friend?
Sure, Shrimpy.
Yay! I will let you have advantage on one roll next session, Yuretsu. Now, back to you, Scruffy. When Nana Yaga comes in, Scruffy, go ahead, give me another roll to try to get yourself under control real quick.
The 19. Man, we are just on the top and bottom of this board today.
Dude, you cleared that because I was trying to run a little shenanigans on you, and you beat my roll of a 5 easily. Now, I want you to think about how this looks as you get under control. As Shrimpy is just beaming around the house going, I made a friend, everyone! I made a friend, guys! But how does that look, by the way, B? How does that look, Scruffy, when you regain control over yourself?
The beignets. As soon as the beignets came out, he's like, I like them a lot. I'll go get some beignets. Voice changed and everything.
And this is when, as of course, she had a plate full of beignets ready to be handed for you, but not Yuretsu's, because the Nana Yaga made sure the ones that were fresh were for Yuretsu. But Scruffy, as you're enjoying your treat, yeah, you just see that just next to you, just Shrimpy, that Shrimp face just beaming with happiness. Just, guys, this is the greatest day ever. I made a best friend. Oh, will you be my friend too? He looks at you, Scruffy.
I'm just going to look at your Etsy and be like, you're going to have to walk that thing.
Well,
Wait, how did you know?
I think that'll be
you go
walking
first.
the whole house.
And wait, that's when Shrimpy just goes, wait, how did you guys know? I have a portable mode. Hold on. You see what looks like a little cuckoo clock as just horrifyingly he detaches himself from the front door and attaches to the little cuckoo clock and goes, now you can wear me like a backpack.
That
You're
thing's
right.
coming with us? Oh, great. That's fantastic.
Celebeach just looks and goes, I'll wear that for you. Oh, wow! Even another new friend!
I would truly rather if you didn't.
But as the Nana is just looking you over, Scruffy, young man, did anyone ever tell you you have a very interesting energy about you?
I've been told that I have a strange obsession with cleaning, and I've been told that you're a weirdo and you can't sit with us at lunch. But no, I don't think anyone's ever told me that one specifically.
Oh, you. What I see is amazing. Is someone with the potential to even stand. Well, I don't know if you ever heard the story of some little. In the old days, they told the stories of some monkey king. You have the potential to be someone who could call himself the great sage, even equal to heaven. That's the best way I could put it. Now, I hope you don't think you just gonna eat some desserts here while you here with Nana. But of course I'm gonna be happy to do my oracle duties, but y'all are gonna have a nice, delicious full meal while we do that. Is that all right? My, well, mustachioed new friend?
I wouldn't remotely slow you down. You keep them coming.
So, as we're nearing the end, I am actually going to have to give Yuretsu and Scruffy a little homework. I want you both, over the next week, to the next session, I want you to think really hard about a question that could be related to right now or in the future. You get 3 questions each, and that's the reason why I would rather wait for you to really think about this, because of the answers you can get. But I do want to finish with one other thing as we're there. As you both are sitting, and she is bringing you out just so many different styles of cuisine from all around the world. Yuretsu, I'll start with you. As you are sitting there, it's finally started. The Nana has begun her reading. What would she see as she looks at you? Like, what emotion best describes would take the shape for your aura right now?
Well, it's basically always wrath.
So the best way to describe this for the listeners, then, if you're with Wrath, what the Nana sees when she gazes upon you, as she's not terrified. She feels so sad that someone so strong has to feel such intense wrath at all times, because it looks like a monstrous skeletal hand is wrapped around you, Yuretsi. That's the shape your aura takes. And what would be the color to best describe this?
Like that deep blood red color.
Like I said, and this gives Nana she needs to know more, and she also starts to feel angry about whoever has done this to make you feel this deserves to pay. And now, when she looks at you, Scruffy, what is the best emotion to describe your aura?
He's entirely calm. Despite the freak out, he is fully back to completely neutral calm. And as far as a color would go, I would say just like kind of like a seafoam green, just relaxation type color.
That is beautiful. And this makes it really even cooler for what I will describe as well, Scruffy. Because as the Nana looks at you, she looks at you in awe. Just pure awe, because what she sees when she looks at Scruffy's aura, because as you just described about being a sense of calm and tranquility, and green really is the best color for that representation, your aura takes the shape of a strong tree with powerful rooting. But here's where it gets a little scary, because there's a black mass that takes the shape of like a demonic, monstrous looking hand, and then the head that's peeking around behind it, it's just a round humanoid shape with white eyes that are, it would best be described like squiggly white eyes, just drawn in chaos for circles. And the same thing with the mouth, that is just a wide smile, just looking from behind this tree. There's something else inside of you, Scruffy.
So wait, does Scruffy see this all happening, or this is just what she's seeing?
This is what she's seeing.
Oh, okay.
This is just me giving you a little fuel to maybe what you would like to ask, because I am going to say, Yuretsi and Scruffy, you both notice how she's looking at both of you. And with that last final little bit, that is where I will leave off on this session. And we will say the first half of the day has come to a close. Now, when we come back, we will begin the second half of the first day and we will finish, and we will start with Yuretsi and Scruffy as we find out what is happening with the Oracle. Now, dear listeners, please remember, if you enjoy the Happiest Place on Earth or any of our other productions that we have here on it, please just remember to give us a like or a comment, like and subscribe, because that really helps us with the algorithm here on YouTube or any of the other platforming, so we can be seen more. And once again, we just want to thank you all for always continuing on with us. And we're getting close to the season finale, and we're getting closer to October, to when we will be actually getting to see the release of Real Flesh's campaign. So we have that to look forward to as well. And well, I hope you guys are ready for these last few sessions, because this is going to be a really big season finale. So until the next one, everyone,